Hello everyone, this is JuLa of JuLa Can Cook New Orleans, an all-new interactive cooking show coming in the next few weeks on Real Talk Big G Network. Well, here's what's on the lunch menu today. Red beans and rice. I've already added my fresh herbs using, you could see my hard bamboo cooking board. I've already added the red and yellow sweet bell peppers, very, very good. I've added some celery, and you can see that I've added shallots and bay leaves. I've cooked two separate pots because I want to get the flavors of the pork hocks, which I will remove once the red beans have been fully cooked. I'm only using the pork hocks for flavor only. I've added some fresh ground black pepper, some roasted garlic, as well as garlic powder and some other flavors like a little bit of fresh ground chili powder, just to kind of kick it up a notch or two. Over here in pot number 2, this is going to be the heart healthy red beans that I'm preparing. For those of you who watch your sodium content, you can cook a pot of red beans that makes you want to kick your mama. Well, you really don't want to kick your mama. Give your mama a whole lot of love. I've also added the same ingredients, such as the bell peppers, the fresh shallots, as well as some sweet red and yellow bell peppers, and just a couple bay leaves. Now, why do you want to add bay leaves to your pot of red beans? Because red beans are known to contain a lot of gas, produces a lot of gas in your abdomen. And bay leaves prevents all that gas from accumulating in this food. Have you heard of Beano? Yeah. So you definitely want to have a lot. You do not want to have a lot of flatulence, let me tell you. All of my seasonings, all the herbs were purchased at my favorite supermarket, Whole Foods store, because everything is fresh and organic. So be on the lookout for JuLa Can Cook New Orleans. Word on the street is that JuLa can cook. Hello everybody, this is JuLa of JuLa Can Cook New Orleans, an all new cooking show coming in the next few weeks on Real Talk Big G Network, Get Bigger TV, via CityLink TV network partners. I have added my Jasmine rice because I am cooking 2 different pots of red beans. The first pot contains the pork ham hocks just for flavor, and then I later added some ham. I also have a heart healthy pot, just with the red beans and fresh seasonings that I handpicked from my favorite supermarket, Whole Foods store. I've got fresh shallots in the red beans in both pots. I've got chopped celery. I've got roasted garlic. I have some beautiful, the prettiest, the sweetest baby red and yellow peppers. I also added some secret Creole ingredients that I cannot tell you. So I want to check pot number 1. Let's go ahead and check pot number 1. Oh, wow. This looks so yummy. Oh, you can see that it's getting nice and creamy. Pretty soon I will be able to remove the ham hocks. I've added some ham. Look at it, everybody. Just nice and creamy. I do not like to add a roux. I love for my beans to make its own roux. That is what being a Creole is about. There's no mixing and measuring. We just kind of go with the flow. We trust our judgment. So the beans are really getting a nice consistency, as you can see here. And I'm going to cover my pot. Now, I have the beans cooking on a very slow heat right now. Very, very, very slow and low heat. Now I'm going to open my next pot, which is my heart healthy red beans that does not contain any meat. It is meatless. Okay, it's time for me to lower the pot a little bit more. And what you have to do is add a little bit of water. You don't want your beans to thicken up on you a little bit too much. So I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of water. I have all my drawer is open, as you can see, but that's okay. That's what a chef does. Okay, I'm going to close my drawer. I've added a little bit of water so it doesn't get too thick. And you have to stir pretty fast here. And I think it needs maybe a tad bit more water. Let's see what I can get here. Just a tad bit more water. A little bit more. And you really have to trust your judgment when you are adding water to your pot. And I also have it cooking on a very, very slow and nice and low heat, so it does not overcook and burn. It's getting a real nice consistency right here. All of the flavors are in, and I'm gonna cover the pot and I'm gonna put it on low. There we go. So I've got my jasmine rice over here in the pot cooking. Stir that up. And what I typically like to do when I'm cooking rice, I like to start it off on the highest heat possible. So I'm going to turn that heat up. Turn it up, baby. I'm going to turn it on high. There we go. And I also have this neat cover that I will be covering the rice, and I'm going to allow the rice to steam cook. So I'm going to be back in just, I would say, probably another 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and I'm going to show you my finished dish. Word on the street, ladies and gentlemen, the word on the street is that JuLa can cook New Orleans. Hello everyone, this is JuLa Ducray, the host of JuLa Can Cook New Orleans, an all-new interactive cooking show coming in the next few weeks on Real Talk Big G Network, Get Bigger TV via CityLink TV network partners. Well, the time has come, ladies and gentlemen. The time is here. I have prepared my jasmine rice. It is ready. And the way you can tell whether or not your rice is cooked is by the fluffiness of the rice. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a little bit of this jasmine rice, which is my favorite rice. Put a little bit of that in the bowl. And then I am going to scoop up. Now here it is, the Pierre Resistance. This is my red beans that I have prepared. You kind of push one of these plates over a little bit. That I have prepared with lots of fresh seasonings. And I purchased all of my seasonings from Whole Food Store. It's got fresh celery, the sweetest baby red and yellow bell peppers. It's got roasted garlic. It has fresh shallots. It's got some other secret ingredients. I've used no salt whatsoever. I've added bay leaves. I've added some secret spices. And now I'm gonna go ahead and add some beans to the dish. I've added some ham. The beans are nice and creamy. This particular time I did not add any sausage because sometimes when you add sausage, it can be an overkill. I use the pork hocks just for flavor. Add a little bit more. And you can substitute. Some people like to have the works in their red beans, but I prefer just to have enough just for taste. So I've got this one here ready to go. And now I'm going to share with you all my saltless red beans with no meat. And I've also prepared for taste some brown rice, which is very, very heart healthy. And Let me show you guys a little secret. For those of you all have to watch your sodium intake, if you want to have a nice little fresh flavor, you can chop some fresh cilantro, which I did, and I'm going to add a little bit of the cilantro here. Cilantro has the best aroma, the absolute best flavor. Okay? And then the pia resistance. This is meatless red beans. See, you don't want to eat the bay leaf, obviously not. And I'm going to add, these are the meatless red beans, which I will be adding to the rice. It is so delicious. And if you notice, I use 2 different spoons when cooking and also serving. So there you have it, folks. This is JuLa Ducray. JuLa Can Cook. Be on the lookout on Real Talk Big G Network. And I made one tiny little mess, but hey, that's part of being a cook. Yummy. And this is the Creole red beans with rice and some ham. I also use pork ham hocks just for a little bit of added flavor. Word on the street. The word on the street is that JuLa can cook New Orleans.